So let's get into this. Let's see, 412? 412. All right. So, we're back. This is where I want to reminisce about the format as a whole in general. Today's the last day that it was draftable on Magic Arena. And friggin', you know, like this is where we are in terms of the collection, right? It's telling me I have what, 82% of everything. That'll change. We have over 100 packs to open. 107. Damn, one away from 108. All right. Whatever. Let's do it, ladies and gentlemen. One at a time. One at a time. Let's see what we got here. All right, so wild card, bunch of draft chaff. We're at 131% vault progress. What do we get here? Invasion of Ikoria. That was a fun one. Search your library. Like, it was always good to, like, get something out of your graveyard just to replay it. But also, like, if you just had enough mana, you could just go grab the thing that would win you the game, right? Non-human creature card. Yeah, green didn't really have that many humans. That was a fun one. Let's see. We're doing this for all of them, I swear to God. Or until I get tired of it. Invasion of Ogrotha. You could tell how much I loathe this invasion in draft, because 5 mana for 3 damage to any target and you gain 3 is not enough. I've never seen anybody win with it. I'm sure somebody has. I've never seen anybody win with it. And like 3 damage doesn't really look like enough. Like for 5 mana, you want to like do something wild when you kill something, right? Like you want 5 damage for 5 mana. You want 3 damage. You don't want to drain for 3 mana. So I've never drafted this. And the other side of it, right? It's just like, ah, cool. And you gain 1 life. It's just a bad Sengir vampire. I guess it gains you life, but like, you're not really. Shana's okay. Yargle and Multani. Another card that you could tell I just did not care for in draft, right? I saw it several times and it's just like, it's an 18-6 for 6.
Back in my day, if you saw a 6/4 for 6, you were like, that's a really good creature.
Now, an 18-6 for 6, it doesn't do anything, right? It's just a big boofer. It has no evasion. If you had Beamtown Beatstick, you could like maybe try to force double blocks, but then like they could kill it because it only had 6 toughness. So not a big fan of that one. These packs are wild though. Let's see, the same thing. I felt the same thing about regular Yargle, right? It's a 9/3 for 5. At one point in the past, that would have been like kind of scary. Well, actually, no, never, because like Lightning Bolt always existed. So you could just lightning bolt it, and if your opponent was playing control, they would just swords it, and they don't care if you gain 9 life, you know? Invasion of Zendikar, always good card. What's it? Sunfall. Oh, never drafted this one because I never saw it. No one would ever let you draft it. If someone else saw Sunfall, it was like, that's it, I'm pivoting to white. This just wins you a game. Is the board state almost insurmountable? Cool. Sunfall, and you know, they exile everything. No questions asked, and they get a massive incubate token. Yeah. I lost so many games to Sunfall. I fucking hate that card. Never drafted Tetsuko Umezawa, huh? I'm surprised. He's actually really good. There are times where you just have like a bunch of 3/1s in the Knights deck, right? If you play this alongside Galta and Mavrin, all the vampire tokens that it makes are like 1/1, so they just get through, right? It makes the what's it called? That stupid Dread Ship, the 4/1 Dread Ship, that vehicle that makes a 2/2 incubate token, it makes that unblockable. And an unblockable 4/1 is a problem, especially when you also have an unblockable 1/3. That's a 4-turn clock. That's 5 damage a turn. Breach the Multiverse, another card I never got to draft. This would win you the game. If your opponent casts it, it's just like, oh, cool. You get my best creature and... I've never seen this not go off. Atrax's Fall was just terrible, which is why I never drafted it. It's sorcery speed too. It's not even like Broken Wings, which is instant speed. They could have made it cost 1 more and it might have been okay. Daxos is fine. What do we get here? Arrington Jada. This card I've drafted a few times and it never was enough. Oh well. like, it's not good enough, you know what I mean? It's a 2/3 in the air with flash and flying, and sometimes you can cast creatures off the top of your deck, but like in those colors, you know what I mean? Like the blue-white deck was trying to do Knights things, and so you rarely had anything to do with them. What we got here? Galta and Mavrin. Just talking about this one. Hey, what's up, Deucey Fruit? How you doing? That's my favorite samurai pizza cat. Are you eating a lot of pizzas? Let's see. Galta and Mavrin. 7 mana for a 12/12 with trample. This is wild. If you cannot get rid of this, you will likely lose to it. It has evasion in the form of trample, so even if you put like bodies in front of it, you're still probably taking damage. And like it's whenever you attack, so like you could cast this and then attack with something in the air and make a free dinosaur or make a couple of free vampire tokens. Wild. You're eating a lot of garlic bread. No, you're gonna get indigestion, Deucey. Your tummy's gonna hurt. Never got to draft that. It's a really good card. Marshal of Zalfir. I'm surprised that our opponent that was playing Knights didn't have any of those come up. Invasion of Ixalan. That means that this is a multiverse legend that's mythic or rare. The top 5 cards, you reveal a permanent card from among them and put it in your hand. Oh, this is a good one. I like this one. And then whenever you cast a spell, it becomes indestructible until end of turn. Yeah, it's going all right. We're pretty much over it for today. I'm just like, I did 3 drafts. They went poorly at best. Like we didn't even like get our welcome back feels. We didn't even get our entry fees back on any of them. But we're saying goodbye to this format, which I'm gonna miss because this was a fun format. It was one of the wilder formats. Like it had so much stuff in it that it was very complicated. Some people liken it to Cube, which I don't know if you know what Cube is. Cube is like when somebody makes a draft set for themselves and they put like all sorts of like wild shit in it. Eudora seemed okay as a 5/5 for 5, but it never was. Welcome back, Fails. Let's see. It's my first Wrath Weatherlight Steward. You know, honestly, I always thought that this was a bad card in blue-white, and then like every time my opponent played it in blue-white, if the game went on long enough, it's just like, oh god, this thing is like being an issue. Invasion of Chandelar. This one's bad. When it enters the battlefield, return up to 3 target permanent cards from your graveyard to your hand. I don't think that's enough. Put a permanent card from your graveyard, from your hand onto the battlefield at the beginning of your upkeep. So even if you like flipped it immediately, I don't think that's good enough. Let's see what we got here. Baral and Kari Zev. I've gotten tempted by these two. I saw this weird meme image where they added text to it. Where it was like Kari Zev, the lady over here on the right, was saying, I never thought I'd be teaming up with a cop. Baral's a cop. He's the chief of compliance. And then so Baral would say, well, then Baral's response to that would be, well, what about with a friend? And then Kari Zev's response is, shut the fuck up, Baral. You know, it's a riff on that Lord of the Rings exchange between Gimli and I think Legolas. You re-injured your shoulder? Dude, what the fuck? Alright. Deep breaths for me. Deep breaths for me. You okay? Deucey, are you okay? What do we get here? Hey, Baral, Chief of Compliance! What was I saying? This guy's a cop. Fuck this guy, he's a cop. I'm kidding. Hashtag ACAB. Yeah. She's like on the more... She's a pirate lady, you know what I mean? I like how it just says human, and it's just like, no, there's a wizard and there's a pirate. Like, what do you mean human? That can't be right? So anyway, yeah, this is a human wizard. The two of them are 2 humans. They make a monkey. I don't know how they make a monkey, but don't ask questions, guys. Hey, another Wrath and Weatherlight Steward. Complete the circuit. Oh, we had a chance to like draft this, and I was just like, no, 6 mana is too much. And I misread it too. I thought it was any spells as though they had flash. It's not. It's only sorcery spells. So I thought you could like flash in like a Timberline Giant, and I was like, that's still not good enough. No, it's any sorceries. So this is not good enough. Even if it doubled to 6/5, I don't think that's good enough. I don't think it's good enough at all. I think this is a terrible card for draft. Somebody will probably be like, yeah, listen, I played that, but I also had like 7 breeding champions and like a bunch of those blue-red guys. Hey, what's up, cherries? Hey, listen, it's the best Ragavan because it's balanced. Unlike that other Ragavan, Raga Butthead, who I never even saw anybody play. But Fubi was telling me that he played against somebody in draft that played Ragavan and then gave it a Beamtown Beatstick, right? And so it had Menace, and it was a 3/1, and it kept making 2 treasures every time it hit. Oh, that sounds fucking rude. Hey, balance is a good word. This is magic. No, I'm gonna play balance against you. Oh wait, balance is banned in Commander. Never mind. Attracts a Praetor's Voice. I've never seen anybody play this one. I don't know if this is good in draft. I've never seen anybody play it though. You know what? Like, it's hard to cast because it's one of each of those colors, but like also look at those keywords, soup, right? Flying, vigilance, death touch, lifelink. Like, if this resolves, you're likely gonna win the game, right? And then at the beginning of end step, proliferate. So like, you likely play this with a bunch of backup creatures, and then suddenly, oh, they're getting bigger. Oh, they're getting bigger. Oh, they're getting bigger. Oh no! I think that's actually not bad. Just never saw it played. You definitely have to be base green for this one. Phyrexian Angel Horror. She's only legal in Commander. You know? She was just part of the Multiverse Legends sheet in this draft format. So, like, she's only really legal in Commander, right? I guess Legacy and Vintage, but, like, you don't really play her in Legacy and Vintage either. And yeah, she's a very popular commander, which is why she's like, I think she's like still like $40. Hey, Zerta, the Dawnwaker. I think a lot of people underestimate this guy's ability to just make another creature not block, or not able to block, in addition to being a 3-mana 3/3. What do we get here? Mythic Wild card. I don't get. How's your weekends, guys? Ooh, Captive Weird. Captive Weird's very good. Oracle of Tragedy is also very good. What do we get here? Borborygmos and Fibblethip. It's the 2 one-eyed wonder weasels. Never drafted it. I think I saw it pass to me once, and it seemed okay. When it enters or attacks, when it ETBs or attacks, draw a card. Then you may discard any number of land cards. When you discard one or more land cards this way, it deals twice that much damage to target creature. So it turns your lands into removal spell, into removal. I feel like it's not that it does so little damage, but I feel like because it's a 5-drop, you typically don't have that many lands in your hand afterwards. I guess you're drawing a card, right? If it was any target, I think that'd be way better. Right? I think that'd be way better. Maybe it'd be too good, actually.
Borborygmos Fibblethip.
First one that I drafted, or picked up. Let's see. Bloodfeather Phoenix. This one's cute. What do we get here? Umori the Collector. Ah, that's alright. I think we put that in one of our decks. Ooh, Artistic Refusal. I don't know if you guys know about Artistic Refusal. This thing is basically Cryptic Command for free. Yeah, it's real good. I like this spell. I like this spell a lot. If you build around the ability to play it, you can just like sometimes be tapped out and then your opponent go like, oh, here's my Haymaker spell, and you just go nah. You just go, nah. Plus, let me see what these next 2 cards are. Alright, I don't want this one. Like, it's wild. This Artistic Refusal. I used to think it'd be shit because it costs 6 mana for counter target spell, draw 2 cards, discard a card. Oh god. When you cast this spell out of nowhere for free, it feels so good. It feels so good. Oh man, that was a good one. I wish I drafted that one more, actually. Let's see what we got here. Stoke the Flames, right? Stoke the Flames. Ooh. You know, I was looking at art for Stoke the Flames, and in like every set, it looks like this, basically. It's not the same art, but the art looks like this. It looks like a bunch of like tree witches summoning this giant like fire beast, you know? And that's kind of cool. It's just like you're basically getting like lambasted by a giant fire creature for 4 damage. I think that's kind of cool. What do we get here? Viral and Kari Zev. Look, cherries! It's the best Ragavan ever. Again, Invasion of Old Growth of bad card. What do we get? Sword of Once in Future. I drafted this like once or twice. I think one of the drafts I never even got to play it. It's weird because so the additional text that's on it is not great. Sometimes you get to cast an instant or sorcery, mana value 2 or less from your graveyard. I don't think there's any sorceries that only cost 2. Sometimes you get a free Traumatic Revelation. That actually feels pretty good. Sometimes you get a free that 2 mana removal spell, the -2/-2 or -6/-6 if you sacrifice something. That's pretty good. For the most part though, I think the best part of this card is the fact that it not the +2/+2, but the protection from blue and black, which were arguably some of the better colors in this format. I think that's like the best part of it. Timuret. Myrit. And anything that, hey, Squee the Immortal. When you cast, you may cast it from your graveyard or exile. But he's a 2/1. I've never even seen, I didn't even know that this was here. This is terrible. I'm sorry. Goodbye, Squee. Invasion of Tarkir. Ooh. I tried to put this in a constructed burn deck, actually. This is my 4th copy of it now. So, let's see. I like it because it's 2 damage to any target. I hate it that it's sorcery speed, right? But it's 2 damage to any target, so it removes something, or you just like go face, right? It's a non-creature spell, so it triggers prowess. And if you really need to flip it, like let's say you're playing against somebody who's more value-oriented, I mean, 5 is not terrible if you're playing burn, right? 5 defense counters is not terrible when you're playing burn, and then it turns into a 4/4 that like shocks something when it attacks. It's not just when it attacks, it's when any dragon you control attacks. But like likely in the deck, you're just playing these, you know. I've never been in Magical Christmas Land where I had like 2 of these flipped, but I could see it. I could also see my opponent just rage scooping right there. It's just like, fuck, they got 2 of these. Realm Breaker. I think we drafted one of these just because it was there. I've seen people get milled out in Newmont the Nummy streams because he had this in like his blue-black deck, and he would just keep activating it to mill his opponent and ramp, and it actually worked really well, right? It got him a land, it put cards from their deck into their graveyard, so when you're playing draft you only have 40 cards, and by the time that this is on the battlefield, their opener was 7 cards. They've probably drawn 3 cards. That means that there's 30 cards left in their deck, likely, which means that if you activate this 10 times, it kills them, right? So essentially every activation is like 2 damage, more or less, right? It's a shock. Every activation of this is a shock. Or like if you're playing blue-black, you're already likely just going like, oh yeah, mill 3, we both mill 3, we both mill 2, we both mill 3, right? So it goes that much faster even. So this is actually a pretty good card. No, wait, no, it's not. I hate this card. It's a good card if you know what you're doing. I don't. I'm stupid. Izuri. I drafted this once. I thought this is gonna work. It didn't work. But for our opponent, they got to make like a fucking 24/26 flyer. That wasn't great for me. Fuck you, Izuri. I should have removed Izuri. I didn't realize it's gonna last that long. Rona's okay. Rona's from a recent set. She's okay. Rouse Reinforcements is great though. Stormclaw Rager is pretty fun. Invasion of Muruganda is shit. What we get here? Atali. Oh man. This card right here, if you were not in red and then you opened, I made the mistake once of opening it like pack 2 or pack 3. I think it was pack 3, and I was just like, nah. No. If you saw this at any point in your draft, congrats, you're pivoting, because this dumb card right here, stupid. It's a 3-for-1. It is a 3-for-1. You go, oh, it's fuck each player. So you get like their next spell, you get your next spell, and then you just slam them onto the battlefield. The only time that it doesn't work is if like you get a counter spell. Like that doesn't feel great, you know? Sometimes it's like, oh, negate. You know, but like, oh god, I think there was one time where I got like a 6? No, I got my opponent's Copper Host Crusher, and that's like an 8-drop trample hexproof creature from their deck, and they were just like... You could feel it through the internet as they scooped. You know, sometimes you whiff, though, you get like a traumatic revelation. Whatever. What do we get? Monastery Mentor. Never got to draft this one. I don't even know how this works in this format, right? Because, like, whenever you cast a non-creature spell, make them all 1 with prowess. Okay. It's got prowess. Okay. I just, like... Is there a Jeskai spells deck? I don't know. Like, white... I guess if you're playing a lot of, like... Invasions? It's okay. I don't know. I don't know, guys. I really don't know. In blue-white, you just want to be aggressive with the knights, right? Invasion of Ikoria. Oh, I thought that was a mythic for a second. What's this? Kroxa! Oh, man. Kroxa is just, like, a legitimately good card. And if you get to resolve it, it's just like, huh. Looks like I'm fucked. Eh. It's also really good if you're just, like, your opponent's milling you out and you just go like, oh, here's a Kroxa. Ditsu and Kyrie. Did I really never draft this card? I could have sworn I did. This thing enters the battlefield, it brainstorms, which is already pretty good value. And then, like, if it somehow dies, you know, you get to cast that the next, I think, instant or sorcery? Yeah. Without paying its mana cost, and it hits your opponent for that much. There's a combo deck in Standard that you use this and... What was that card? Crackle with Power? And I think Crackle with Power does 10 damage to one target. But it costs 10. And, like, so this makes it so that, like, the crackle... Because the hit Crackle with Power costs 10, this card does 10 damage to your opponent's face, and then Crackle with Power resolves and does another 10, immediately killing them. It's like, it's one of those jank brews, but it's cute. I'm surprised I never got to draft that. I feel weird. Could have sworn I did. Jury. What a jerk. This and a Beamtown Beatstick was just like, it was insurmountable. Oh, we got Transcendent Message. In one of my earliest drafts, I took this and I never got to use it. It's a weird one. I think you really do have to be in the blue-red deck for it. Let's see what we got here. Omnath, Locus of All. I tried to play this once. Yeah, I tried to play this once. It does draw you an extra card. Like the hard casting cost is like, sure, but it does draw you an extra card like every turn. What we got here? Yarak the Desecrated. Oh, they're both elementals. They're pals. They're pals, god damn it. Branch Burner was... Like, what was funny was that this card was sometimes, like, really fun. It feels like it costs too much, right? 7 mana for a 4/4 flying in haste. And it's because of the Convoke thing. Emoti, same thing, except it has Cascade. So, like, really the value is getting to cast a 4-drop possibly off of it. And then it turns all your other big spells into Cascade spells. Oh. Hey, I remember Shieldred. There was one draft where we got to first pick this Shieldred. Oh, man. That draft... Well, we go 6-3 or 7-2? We did pretty well in that draft. But, like, Black-Red was, like, super open. We kept getting, like, removal spell after removal spell to the point where it was just like, I have 7 removal spells. Legitimate, like, good removal spells. I had, like, 2 Smites. I had a Convoke. I had 2 Deadly Derisions. It was ridiculous. And so it's just like, I think I have to cut some of these removal spells, and that feels weird. Very control-y, though. Very control-y deck. You would think that red-black would be an aggressive sack deck. We had no sacrifice synergies whatsoever. I didn't even have a Furnace Reigns. And I had, like, one of the black-red signposts, but, like, there was no way to make any good use out of it. We also had, what was it? That instant that's, like, -2/-2, and it becomes -6/-6 if you sacrifice a creature or an artifact. And, again, we didn't play that. Or we didn't really get, like, much use out of it other than, like, -2/-2. Sometimes you would sacrifice a small creature, but whatever, right? Again, 7 removal spells plus this thing, which is also a removal spell. It forces your opponent to sacrifice something, and if their graveyard is full, it's just like, oh, I flipped this now. I want to destroy that one. Like, it's a 2-for-1. Each opponent discards 3, mills 3. Put all creature cards. Oh, that's right. We flipped this one time while our opponent didn't have a board. Our opponent let us play it out. It was hilarious. We were playing it out, and they were just like, well, let's see where this goes. We'll see where this goes. And then like when it hit chapter 3 and it came back into play, all the creature cards from both graveyards came back on the field, landed, and then they were just like, all right, I concede to that. And I was just like looking at it, and like you could feel like the scorn through the internet. It was hilarious. I'm surprised they like sat through that too. It was just like, just scoop. You have like no board and I have like 3 creatures. Unless they had Sunfall? I don't know. Whatever. Maybe they had Sunfall. They were playing red-white. I remember that. I made them sacrifice their Mirror Shield Hoplite, actually. Oh my god. What a pack. If you were playing red-white, even 1, 2, 3, 4 cards would definitely make your sealed pool, right? I can tell you that right now. Boonbringer, Mirror Shield Hoplite, holy shit. I never got to draft the Boonbringer Valkyrie, because this card's so good. Like, it would be gone. Nobody would pass that up. Speaking of red-white, holy shit. Flying Vigilance Haste. When it attacks the first time each turn, untap all creatures you control. After this phase, there's an additional attack phase! That's a lot. That's a lot. That's wild. If that was sealed, this is half a boost, this is half a pack, but still, like, that's... Holy shit. Is that really the first Storm the Seed Core? I never got to draft Glissa. Glissa is like, you win. In these past couple of drafts, we lost how many games to just someone going Glissa and then I didn't have a way to deal with it? Sure. Glissa's too good. Storm the Seed Core. I could have sworn I drafted this at one point. The Storm the Seed Core? Whatever. This is also the key art for the draft, which I wasn't even sure what the hell's going on here. In that moment, the fate of countless worlds rested on one Dryad, and a handful of the bravest Mirrodin had to offer. Okay. 148% vault progress.
Progresso.
Another Breach. Okay. Breach is such a wild card. Galta and Mauvrin. Again, one of those cards that I would have loved to have drafted. Never got to. There's so many things that I didn't get to draft. I think this is like the 20th draft that we did. Broodlord. Hey, I drafted that and never saw it. I never drew into it. What is this? Lathiel, the Bounteous Dawn. What does this do? At the beginning of each end step, if you gain life, distribute that many 1/1 counters among creatures, among any number of other target creatures. Oh. I can see how this would play very well in the green-white deck, right? Especially if you had like everything else going, right? You know, I never got to draft the green-white deck though. But like specifically green-white. I played the green-white deck in like a constructed thing where it was just like only play cards from Mom on midweek Magic, and so I played the green-white counters deck, and it was just like, oh Jesus Christ! Like when you have a 15/15 botanical brawler at the end of like the 5th turn, your opponent just goes like, either I have removal or I'm dead. Most of the time they were dead. The Multiverse Legends extra sheet is not this sheet right here, this Multiverse Legends sheet with this set symbol. None of them are standard. Well, not none of them. Most of them are not standard playable. Like there's a few like Shieldred and Rata that are okay for standard, but like the majority of them are not standard legal. They're only here for the draft format and also to put additional copies into circulation. This one seemed okay. I don't know, a 3/4 flying with vigilance, sure. Like I never. It's got text that I don't think is great. I can't act. Who cares? Like a lot of that text is just like, oh, does that not do anything? Who cares? Hey, what's up, Game Trickster? Welcome back. Skyclave Aerialist is a pretty good card. You know, just like drawing you a card more or less. These never went late. You know, Jin Gitaxius. This is a big boy that I don't think I don't think anybody's ever flipped this. Correct me if I'm wrong. 4 mana, but you had to have a full grip of 7 or more cards. I'm doing all right. How was your weekend, Game Trickster? I mean, I still never saw anybody like pass one because like it's still a really good creature. You know, it's a 5/5 with Ward 2. And it draws you cards if you cast big spells. I guess after you resolve it, you just stop playing lands. Invasion of Lorwyn, that was pretty good removal. There were some times, though, where your opponent would cast it, and you had, like, that 1/2/2, that 1 green 2/2 that could pump, and you'd just be like, oh, it's a non-elf creature. This is an elf. What do we get here? Jeru and Hazaret. Oh, man. Jeru and Hazaret. I had one opponent get some pretty good use out of this. I don't know. Without paying its mana cost. It feels like this will probably be a lot better in the Lord of the Rings set than it is in this draft. It doesn't really seem to occupy a good space. Even with the Multiverse Legends sheet, I don't think it's good enough. One set of Mac. I mean, sure. If you have like $2,000 to spend on a Mac, you know, but like also then you'll have to learn an entire new operating system. Let's see what we get here. Daxos is neato. Tiller of Flesh is okay. Like, I've never got this to really do anything, because, like, it's just... How much removal do you have in your deck? Because your removal also now incubates, too. Does that sound good? Yeah. It's cast a spell, too. It's not like if you have an ability that targets a thing. Heliod, we never got to draft this. Return target enchantment card that isn't a god from your graveyard to your hand. That seems not great. Sometimes, like, they'll sacrifice something that you Realmbreaker's Grasp, right? You may cast spells as though they had flash. That part seems good. They cost 1 less for each card your opponent has drawn this turn. Wow! It's actually kind of cool. Never got to draft it. Never got to draft it. Hey, Galta and Maverin. What we get here? Hirobi. We've drafted this a few times. Because, you know what? Real talk, a 4/4 flyer for 4 is still fine. The only problem was, if your opponent was playing like any number of backup creatures, they could just kill this by targeting your creature with the backup, or once this is on the battlefield, right? So like this would kill it. This would kill something, right? It's not a bounce, it's dead. Kind of fun. But yeah, I still think a 4/4 in the air for 4 mana is still pretty good. You know, regardless. And it's a symmetrical effect. Ooh, wild card. How much are we up to? 111. And we're filling up this thing too, so we're going to be getting like a lot of wild cards. We haven't filled up all of the Wende. You could tell that I didn't like drafting this guy. There's so few creatures that have first strike that this guy doesn't really matter. I think there's 2. No, there's 3. There's Thalia. There's Heal. Redcap Heal Slasher, and then there's which gave first strike. Rayav could give double strike. That's already, you know, better than this. And then there was the 3/1 Knight that if Knight entered the battlefield under your control, that turn it got first strike until end of turn. So this would give it double strike. The 3/1 double strike's like, ooh, you don't really want to block it because you don't want to trade something huge for it, you know. But if you don't block it with something big, you're losing a creature. Invasion of New Cap. Let's see. This is an okay card, but the backside seems not great. What we get here? Deeproot Rayfinder. I feel like this has got constructed legs, you know? But... And sure, like, in draft, if you resolve it turn 2, it felt really good. Yetsugu and Kairi, cool. Taigam Ojutai Master. Let's see. Instant sorcery and dragon spells you control can't be countered. Oh, we passed one of these. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery, if from your hand, if it attacked this turn, that spell gains rebound. And rebound is if you cast a spell with rebound from your hand, from your hand, exile it as it resolves. At the beginning of the next upkeep, you may cast that card from exile without paying its mana cost. Oh god. Imagine like murdering something with like merciless repurposing after you've attacked with this guy and then just like getting to do it again next turn. Ugh. Ugh. Breeding champion. 69, nice. I should speed this up. We're at like 809. Notfold Hermit. You know, like it's okay. It's not terrible. Ooh, mythic rare wild card. What do we get here? Fear ya? Fear these nuts in your mouth. Archangel Elspeth. Not a bad card. Return all non-land permanents with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. I don't think I've ever seen it. Most of the time what happens with this card is that like you don't plus it to make a 1/1 with lifelink. You minus it so that you have like a really annoying flying creature. You know, and you can only do that like twice, and maybe that's just the play pattern for it, you know? Picking it up to 6 seems nigh impossible. Especially in draft. The last Elspeth I think was better from New Cap. What do we get here? Rampaging Raptor. I do like this card. It's Red's questing beast, not legendary. Doesn't have, what's it called? Doesn't have oh god, what is that? Vigilance, but it could flip battles pretty easily. Never got the draft one, right? 71.9%. I like this hoplite card. There's been a few times where like I drafted the red-white backup deck, and it was just like having these just really make it pop off. Like backup already feels pretty good. I never got to draft Quintorius. Completely forgot this is even in the friggin' set. Okay, it creates a spirit when at the beginning of your end step. Then you could sacrifice a spirit to choose a card exiled with him. You may cast it without paying its mana cost, and then exile. Oh, put it in the bottom of its owner's library. Oh wow. Okay, still never got to play that, and it doesn't really line up with like the red-white deck. Hey, Archpriestess Shadows. Yeah, definitely didn't get to draft this one. The green one too. Hey, a Lutri, another card that I never got to draft. Nintendo 64. Hey, what's up, Opa? How are you doing, dude? How was your weekend? I just finished out the last of the drafts that I was gonna do from this set, and now we're just opening all the prize packs that I've been storing up for the entire season, which was 107. How are you doing, Spicy Opa? Let's see. Elish Norn, never got to draft this, right? Yeah, I don't think I did. Damage to a permanent. They lose 2 life unless they pay 1. I don't give a shit. Like, likely, maybe in draft you do, but like, I don't know. Sacrifice 3 other creatures. Oh god, I remember blowing out an opponent when they tried to flip this, and then like, in response, I killed it, which means they went down 4 creatures. Oh, that must have felt so bad. Woo! You shouldn't flip this when your opponent has open mana. Ooh, wait, what's this Saturday? What did I miss? What's this Saturday? Is it the debut of your new VTuber? Hey, Invasion of Fjord. I never drafted this? I could have sworn I drafted this. This is one of the better invasions. It's just like destroy all creatures. And then it flips into, hey, would you like to draw a card every turn? Cool. What's this? Emery. Emery was trash in draft. Let's see. Invasion of Kaladesh was fine. What was this? Yargle and Mutani. Yeah, get out of here. Saturday's your VTuber debut. Okay, so I did guess correctly. Are you still going with hey, I got another one of these, Invasion of Fjord. Are you still going to be using the same name, or are you changing your, are you going with a new name for the VTuber? Another Atraxa, Praetor's Voice. All right. Pretty cool. Let's see what we got here. Wild card, Rada. Rada sucks. Dusk Legion Duelist. The art on this creature looks like it's grimacing, like... let's see. We sail to Ixalan, guided by a promise, the age of ever-flowing blood. No machine will take that from us. This is a really good card, though, especially in the green-white backup deck. Or in the red-white backup deck, or the green-white tokens deck. No changes? Okay. That's still kind of cool. You excited? I think you're, I think what you showed me in that video looked pretty good. Invasion of Theros. This one's terrible. Search your library for an aura, god, or demigod card, reveal it, and shuffle. Put in your hand and shuffle. Yeah, that's... I mean, it could get you a removal spell in white, because most of the white removal spells are just enchant creature or enchantment, exile target, whatever, you know? Has lifelink and indestructible as long as you control 3 other enchantments. There's not an enchantments deck in this format. Whenever another enchantment enters the battlefield under your control, draw a card. Again, there's like very few enchantments. That's more for constructed, I think. Bat Keeper's fine. Shauna's okay, right? Yeah, for each creature you control. The math on it sometimes was pretty bad. Hey, another Dusk Legion duelist. The math was sometimes bad. Sometimes you had like a big slobber knocker type of combat, and like you lose a bunch of creatures. You trade a bunch of creatures, and then suddenly this also dies because like it took some damage, you know? And it shrank after combat. Rona! And another Bat Keeper. And a Knight Errant of Eos. God. This card on the secondary market shot up because there's a Convoke deck that gets this out on turn 2. Because of Convoke and because of token generating spells like, God, was it Kodoltha Rebirth? That turns an artifact into 3 goblins? If it's your artifact, or it destroy target artifact, if you controlled it, you generate 3 goblins. Like, you could spit one of these out turn 2, and then it draws you 2 cards, and then you have like all these bodies on the battlefield, so you just start swinging, you know, on turn 3. Or maybe you build out more. What's we got here? Sensor. Even the deck that played a lot of Phyrexians that I had, this still didn't feel good. Deeproot Wayfinder, yeah, I think that was part of our first sealed pool. What we got here? What we got here? Tandem Takedown. I want to like this more. I think it's a double ring. Hey, an Ozolith, the Shattered Spire. This is actually not bad. It has cycling. That's right. This has cycling. There's like 2 cards in this format that just have cycling. And then there's the land cycling cards for fixing. So weird. This, hey, my first Chrome Host Seed Shark. That's right, I never drafted this. Jesus Christ. There were so many things in this format. Because of how wide and how wild it was, that I've just never gotten to... What the fuck is this? At the beginning of each player's upkeep, that player loses 2 life and draws 2 cards. I don't remember this shit at all. 5 mana, 6/5 too. You know what? It's not terrible. There's so many cards, it's just like, what the fuck is that? I have yet to see a Ragavan, by the way. Like the mythic rare vault. Hey, a Yargle. That's my 3rd one. Yargle. So each one of these packs has like 1 regular rare, and then a uncommon rare or mythic rare from this sheet, the Multiverse Legend sheet. And then there's a flip card, or sometimes an invasion. That's also uncommon, rare, or mythic. Hey, another Transcendent Message. When you're actually opening paper packs, you could open like up to 4. Hey, is that really my first Finn? You could open up to 4 mythics or 4 rares because of the foil. What was this? Detsuku and Kairi, Deluge. Deluge would kill Finn. Take that, Finn, you son of a bitch. Let's see. What we get here? Pelucranos Reborn. This card right here, I'm gonna tell you right now, if you're not playing like basically mono green, this is a 5-drop. I know it says 3 mana, it's a 5-drop. Because if you're playing any other colors, you don't get to play this till turn 5. Right? Like triple green is really hard to resolve on turn 3 if you're playing like green black, green blue, green white, green red. If you're playing green and only green, maybe, right? It's a real cost. There's another card, Paths of the World Tree, I think it was, that was also triple green. Again. Alright, feels dry. You have a good evening, okay? I'll catch you next time. You're at home, right? So you don't have to drive home safe, but you should drive home safe if you go out later. Thanks for stopping by, though, Feels. You have a good evening. All right. Make sure you have many steps. Only you can prevent forest fires. Hey, pile on. This is a good removal spell, actually. You're going out just to drive recklessly? No, drive safely. He's doing it to spite me. He's driving like shit to spite me. Pylon is great. It's a removal spell that you can cast for free on some boards. Destroy target creature or planeswalker, surveil too, so it also helps you fix your next draw. Alright, dude. Take care, Feels. I don't know if you can hear that. I should stop doing that. I should stop doing that. Oh god, I'm gonna get in trouble. 48 packs left. I'm going to get in trouble. They're going to cancel me. That should be my 4th Hidetsugu and Kairi. So we can, like, start getting other cards. I can't just... No, go! Get out of here! Get out of here! I don't want to see you anymore! That's not true. It's not true. Glissa? Glissa. Fucking Glissa. Hey, Keruga. Did I not draft Keruga? Keruga. I could have sworn I drafted a Keruga. Sorry, I should stop that. Pelucranos Reborn. Okay, I think that's that 3rd one. Jeru and Hazaret. What's this? Hirobi. Okay. We're getting a lot of doubles now. So I could, like, kind of speed through these a little bit faster. Quende. Joyful Storm Sculptor. That's the, You stopped. Oh, no. Fuck me. I'm going to jail now, aren't I? Invasion of Arcavios. Oh, boy. When Invasion of Arcavios... This is a bad card, by the way. Enters the battlefield, search your library, graveyard, or outside the game for an instant or sorcery card you own, reveal it, and put it into your hand. If you search your library this way, shuffle. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell from your hand, you may copy that spell. You may choose new targets for the copy. This is terrible because it has so much defense. I don't like it. I don't know. I think there was one, like, late in, like, pack 3, and I was just like, there's nothing else in this pack for me, and I just took it. That's why. It's not my first one. Guardian of Girapur. A 3/3 flyer for 3? Fine. Absolutely fine. It bounces something? You get some of that bounce value? Eh. Not bad, actually. Get that ETB value again. I think my cat's coming back here. She better behave, Summer. Invasion of Kaldheim. I think this is a way better card than people realize than it was for draft. Because, like, you get to free roll your whole hand, right? You can still cast and play those cards until the end of your next turn, and you reload your hand. I think this is, like, the kind of card that Red wants. It's just unfortunate that it costs 8, you know? In constructed, mono red decks just empty their hand by, like, the end of turn 3 sometimes. So, you know, he's just like, let's do anything. Let's see. Ayara, First of Locktwain. This was really hard to cast unless you were mono black. Invasion of Innistrad. Oh, we drafted one of these, and, like, it really influenced how I was going to play the next couple of games. I mean, not next couple of games, how I drafted the rest of the deck. And, like, I didn't draft a good deck because we first picked this one. I was just like, this just, like, wins you games. And it does. It does win you games if you flip it. But if you never flip it, oh, man. What's the matter, fat for a ball? I almost called her fat ass. No, you shoo. You're not a fat ass. Just pain in the ass. Ooh, mythic wild card. Okay. We have 39 packs left, and I haven't even crossed the 80% threshold of my collection. This is wild. Rare wild card. I'll take that. It's so warm here, though. Cat's yelling at me. I just bought her a new scratching post, too. What did we get here? Rudiclad. Oh, man. I would have loved to have drafted this one. Creature tokens you control have haste. At the beginning of your combat in your turn, create a 2/1 Phyrexian Mirror artifact. Creature token. Then you may choose... It doesn't even go away at the end of the turn. You just get it. You just get it. It's a 4/4 for 6. Then you may choose a token you control. If you do, each other token you control becomes a copy of that token. Right? So if you have, like, a bunch of incubate tokens, like... You could choose this token, and then they all become, like, 2 more power and 1 more toughness until end of turn. Never got to draft one. Very good card. Especially in this format with all the incubate stuff. Hey, Nahiri's Warcrafting. Removal and card draw. Arixmithy, Slumbering Isle. Tried to build around this once. Green-blue ramp was a mistake. I'll say that. What's this? Kami of Whispered Hopes. Fine mana. Hey, Borborygmos and Fiddle Tip. Starting to run out of energy. Let's try to churn through these. I've yet to figure out who to raid. Another Realm Breaker, okay. And Obosh, the Prey Piercer. Sure. I've never seen anybody run that as like a companion. What do we get here? Invasion of Kaldheim, pretty good. I think it's the third one. Aaron Pinjada and Ayara again. This thing is not giving me a single Ragavan, is it? The only Ragavan I'm getting is Brawl and Kari Zev. Oh god, that's my legitimate first one of these, huh? This was a really good card. As a 2-drop that just like let you loot, draw, discard, right? And then you could transform it into a 5/5, which was always a problem. Even if like you managed to destroy it, they would get a spell or card for free from your hand. Rude. Rude. It's the kind of card though that you feel like would only work on Arena because it chooses something randomly. Ooh, Fairy Mastermind. This is a good card. As a Fairy Rogue. Yeah, this is a real good card. Okay, so what we got here? Into the Fire. Okay. Board wipe. And Giganta Jeggles. I like to call this one Jeggles. Some people just play this in Constructed as like as a companion just because it basically is a 5-mana 5/5, and sometimes you close out a game with just a 5-mana 5/5. You know, so like if you're like burn decks will play this if they have nothing that's like double red, just have a 5-mana 5/5 in your opener, just in case the game goes long enough. Jury, okay. Omnom. You know what I haven't seen? Judith the Scourge Diva. What's this? Ayara, Widow of the Realm. We could have drafted that last, or the one prior to. It just seemed like kind of bad. I don't know. It seemed like it was too much work. We'll take that though. 187.3%. Okay, 78% of this set. C double, very good card. Like this card a lot. So sometimes you get to Magical Christmas Land, copy your opponent's spell, and copy a creature, and it's just like, ooh. Ooh. Let's see what we got here. Reach the Multiverse number 3. Really wish I got to draft that. Really, really do. Drana and Linvala again. And who's this? Kahira the Orphan Guard. I've seen this played in control decks where there are no creatures. Because technically, as a companion, because technically each creature is technically a cat, elemental, nightmare, dinosaur, or beast card. It's just, you just have no creatures. So I think that technically that counts, right? It's or. Like, I don't think you have to have a single one of any of those. You just get to play it for free. And it's just like, just to have a 3/2 in the sideboard to play for free, or rather in the opener. So if the game goes long enough and your opponent runs out of cards. Oh my god, I never drafted Doomscar Warrior. This card's amazing, by the way. Reveal up. Yeah, it draws you a card. Absolutely amazing. What do we get here? Umori. You can't compare Umori to Doomscar Warrior. Baka. There's Rayab. I built a whole draft deck around this, and then I saw him once. I drafted like 2 pieces of equipment solely because I had Rayab and just saw him once. Oh, she would have been great in that deck too. The Voldaran Thrillseeker. That's a great. This is like one of the few backup cards that puts 2 tokens on something else, right? It's one of the few. And it also functions as removal. You can just like sacrifice the thing to kill. Hey, there's a tribute to the World Tree. Yeah, this is almost a 5-drop. I never got to draft one because like you look at it just like I'm not gonna ever have that on curve. Grimgrin, Corpseborn. This is the one that like, yeah, sacrifice another creature, untap it, put a 1/1. Whenever it attacks, destroy target creature a defending player controls, then put a 1/1 on Grimgrin. This just keeps getting bigger and bigger. And it's just tapped. So you definitely have to have like a bunch of things to sacrifice to it, but then like it becomes a 7/7. Absolutely insane. It's another Utri and Kroxa and Kunaros. Vigilance, Menace, Lifelink, 6/6. Okay. Elder Giant Dog, cool. Sure, whatever. Whenever it enters or attacks, you may exile 5 cards from your graveyard. If you do, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Oh, that seems very good. 5 though. You have to exile 5 cards from your graveyard. In draft, that feels like a lot. Kogla and Yudaro was part of our first sealed pool, and this card is dumb. When it enters, it just kills something. And you can like cycle it to draw a card. It's essentially cycling, but it doesn't say cycling. It just says discard it, destroy up to target 1 artifact or enchantment, then shuffle it into your library from your graveyard, then draw a card. It should just say cycling. When you cycle it, do these things. Although there is like a window where you can exile it from your opponent's graveyard when they do that. So maybe that's the thing. There's an Atris. Atris is pretty good actually. 3/2 with Manache. That also drew you a card or two. Oh look, it's another Archangel Elspeth. They're just rubbing it in now at this point. I drafted that like once. 2 invasions. Ooh, and a pylon. I'll take that. 2 invasions. Invasion of Fiora. That's my 3rd one of those. And ooh, a Talia. Guardian of Throbbin. I have the Secret Lair version of this card. With the art by Magali Villeneuve and oh god, I forgot the other one. Svetlin Yelenov. And then they reprinted her into the ground. And I think that those cards are worthless now. Whatever. I wanted it. Okay. And Magali Villeneuve's art is amazing. Hey, another Doomscar Warrior. And another Umori. Didn't we get those 2 together last time? I'm not gonna ask questions. What's this? Sunfall. Ugh. I hate this card. I hate this card so much. Let the light scour away your imperfect flesh, said Heliod. Is that Heliod? Oh shit, that is Heliod. Heliod. Healy weird. Let's see. Alright. What do we get? What do we get? Here's Warcrafting, sure. You know, I got one of those electric swatters, and the day that I got it, I also killed like 3 mosquitoes. Did I never draft a Progenitor Exarch? Wild. I know this is like one of the first times that I've seen Fire Song and Sunspeaker. Summer, stop. You gonna behave or you gonna go? Doesn't want to answer me. Quintorius? Okay. The fact that we're still seeing new cards that I have not drafted leads me to believe that despite the fact that I tried to draft this set a lot, especially before the Lord of the Rings set becomes the draft set, and I just take a break from draft more or less. We got 2 wild cards in a row. Cool. Like we're so far from completing it. Hey, a Yorian. What is this? And a Jin Gits. Jinny Gits. Alright. 7 packs left. This has been an immense draft format. Like blue-black doing blue-black weird shit. Zimone and Dina. Oh man, I remember one time we were in these colors and we passed it. Because I was like, nobody's going to take a 3-color card. Come on. Didn't wheel. So either someone spite drafted it or they just were like, this could fit in my deck. What is this? Another Knight Errant of Eos. Okay. This set is massive, though. Because of the Multiverse Legend sheet, you know. Invasion of Alara? Did I not? I have one of these in paper. Did I not get one of these? I remember one time Zudi, like, he forced this card. I guess Invasion of Alara. Another Heliod, and what we got here? Judith! There's Judy! Oh, I must have drafted one then, because here she is. That's really good art, too. Huh. She protected Ravnica with the same things that thrilled her fans. Courage, charisma, and a grand assortment of spiked chains. Yeah, she... Oh, that's right, because, yeah, I remember thinking to myself, yeah, there's no reason to not take her. She's an Anthem effect. She gives all your creatures +1/+0. And then, yeah, whenever a non-token creature you control dies, she does 1 damage to any target. Wild. I wonder if there's any way to give her Death Touch. Aside from that 2/1 elf that has backup 1. I guess not, right? I got a bunch of creatures dying, and then she just goes like, "Oh, kill everything else." Voldarin Thrillseeker. Oh, this is such a good card. Oh, this is such a good card. I think it was my fourth one. Two packs left, and we are so far away from finishing out this set. Invasion of Karsus. 3 damage to each creature and planeswalker. Okay. Refraction Elemental. Whenever you cast a spell, it deals 2 damage to each opponent. That seems really good. Hey, a Saison. Alright, let's see what our last pack yields. Alright, so we got Invasion of Kylum, which never seemed like a good card. And then every time my opponents played it, it's just like, cool. I guess I have to let you flip that and make your 2 red and white warrior tokens. Zurgo and Ojutai. I don't even remember this card. What the fuck? Has hexproof as long as it entered the battlefield this turn. Okay. Flying haste. Whenever one or more dragons you control deal combat damage to a player or battle. Look at the top. Oh, this is a dragon. There's very few dragons in this set, though. There's like that mythic a battle, flip side. And then there's like Shiv and Branchburner. There's probably Taigam and Ojutai or something like that. Oh no, Taigam Ojutai Master. He's not a dragon. Am I... Oh shit, was I on that scene the whole time? Oh no. No, I did not mean to be. No one stopped me either. Oh well. I'll just, Whoops. Thank you, Mirage. Ah! That's fine. Yeah, there's very few dragons in this format. Let me just... Oh, wow. Alright, I guess that's all of them. Shit. We did not finish out the set, though, because... You just woke up from a nap? Hey, good morning. Mastery ends. Okay, so look at this. Look at this. I'm missing commons and uncommons. I'm not concerned about rares and mythics. I'm surprised I'm missing commons and uncommons. Hey, what's up, Mike? I'm missing commons and uncommons from this set. Holy shit. There are commons that I never picked up. That's how big this set ended up being. My god, this is very far... Like, we opened up 107 packs after the fact, and we did not fill out this. Holy shit. Hold on. There's another metric for looking at this, too. Mike, how's your weekend been? Mike, how are you feeling after that 48-hour stream? I kept seeing you do it, and I was just like, oh god. He's really doing this 48-hour stream shit. Jesus Christ. It didn't seem, collected, not collected. All rarities. March of the Machine, and, hold on. March of the Machine, and Multiverse Legends. Okay. What are we missing here? What are we missing? I want to see what we're missing. We got one Thalia, but not in this art. No. I don't want to craft. I'm not crafting. Why are you asking me to craft? No, I don't want to craft. Fine. But not in that art. Okay, so we have some of these that we only have one of. Right? Scroll shift I avoided. Hey, we finished out the Elspeths. What are we missing? What are we actually missing? Holy shit, Remy. Oh my god. Remy, how are you doing? Thank you, Remy. It's my Megaman shirts. It looks like Megaman. Megumin? Megumin? I have to pee so bad. We only drafted one of these. I mean, we never even drafted one of these. We opened up in a pack. Oh god. We never drafted this. We never drafted this. There's so many cards here that I just never touched. Assimilate Essence. Baral. Just like we never got to see them. What isn't... It's not showing me the commons and uncommons that I never drafted. It should be. Wait. Collected, not collected. Okay. Okay. Mega Min from Konosuba. 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 This... Tuba? Oh god, what's happening? My cat's like... just lying here. She's just like... She's like, are you gonna be done? Oh no, there's no more dubs to be getting. And besides, I took more L's than W's today. How are you doing, Walsh? We took so many L's, actually. We did, like, 3 drafts, and one of them went 0-3. Just like, oof. It's a good thing I don't have an ego or anything. It's a good thing I don't have feelings. Oh god, look at this. This is a common. I only have 1 copy of it. But that's not what we're here to see. There's actual cards that I have 0 copies of that are in common. Raph, Weatherlight Stewart, Marshall de la Zalfir, Tigum, Ojutai Master. Okay. Where are the commons that I don't have any copies of? Yeah, it was pretty bad. It was not pretty bad. It was just like, ugh. Like, there were times where it was just like, oh, could I draw something that, like, will actually matter on this board? No? Okay, cool. Cool. You know, and, like, variants can suck, but, like, holy shit. Like, it felt like, if I could draw the worst card to draw, I would draw that or a land. You know? Let's see. Anafenza, Kin Tree Spirit. Okay, but that's a rare from the Multiverse Legends sheet. Bolster. Yeah, that's pretty good in the green-white deck. We never got a SRAM. Okay. That's fine. You played... Oh, how'd that go? That looks like a very complex format, save for the fact that there are no, Planeswalkers, thankfully. Right? So you don't have to worry about, like, that creature type. Or not creature type, card type. What's this? Phyrexian Pegasus? Another target attacking creature without flying. This is not a real card. This must be in supplemental product. Yeah, I've never seen this card. Otherwise, people would have been like, this is a really good card for draft, because a flying that makes another attacking creature fly, that's actually a really good card. Yeah, that's got to be from supplemental product. Okay. And this looks like it is too, because I've never seen this. Put a 1/1 counter on target artifact or creature you control. Transform target incubator token you control. Yeah, that just... These are from supplemental product. Essence of Orthodoxy I know is from supplemental product. Okay, alright. Kenrith is from the Multiverse Legend sheet. So is Elish Norn. You had a lot of fun. You fucking better have. No, I'm kidding. I don't know why I say that so in such a threatening manner. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Referee squad. Oh, look at these little guys. Look at these little guys. That's definitely supplemental product. Tap target creature and opponent controls and put a stun counter on it. For 3 mana, 2/2 with vigilance. That's very power crept. This is when it deals damage to a player. 2/1 for flying? With flying? For 2? Oh, that was definitely not in this draft set. Okay. So all the commons that I'm missing are from supplemental products. What is this? Interdisciplinary mascot? Yeah, that wasn't in the set. Oh, so they're just like putting them in here. Seer of Stolen Sight. Surveil 1. Okay. Alright, so Injector Crocodile. Ew. Oh, that's because, yeah, a lot of the things in this set have like a lot of eyes or teeth because they're like weird Phyrexian monsters. When it dies, incubate 3, swamp cycling 2. That's actually pretty good rate on this entire body. But again, not from the main set. Here's Ragavan. Never got one of him, clearly. Let's see. Axguard Artisan. The first time each turn, create a treasure token. Wow. Lantern Storm. Ortheon, Hero of Lava Brink. Gains haste, sacrifice it at the beginning of the activate. Yeah. Oh! This is part of the main set. This card is actually part of the main set. And you know what's funny about this card? It's trash. I don't know why anybody would ever. But see, the rare that I never drafted. It's like, looked at it. Was Crag Smasher Yeti. Mountain Cycling. Backup 2. Trample. It's a lot of... Holy shit, I never drafted a Chandra. Never drafted an Urabrask. I avoided drafting City on Fire. We lost to this card once because our opponent, like, played it out and then, like, did 70 damage to us. Okay. Seems fine. Sarek and Goreclaw. That's not a real card. Hey, Aluris. Hey, a Vorinclex. Alright. What's the matter for a ball? She's like cleaning herself in a weird way. Like she's too lazy to like sit herself up, so she's going like... I'm about to raid out though, guys. Inga and Essica. Oh man, this was part of the draft set and I just never got it. Inga and Essica. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this chariot. Look at this chariot. It's being driven by 2 cats. Literal cats. Look at that shit. That's Essica's chariot, which is a very expensive magic card now. It used to be like a bulk rare, and then people found like things to do with it in constructed formats. People found like ridiculous things to do with it in constructed formats. So Essica's chariot's like, holy shit. This was a really good card though. I remember playing against somebody who drafted this and like I stole it with Furnace Reigns and then sacrificed it. And they, like, you could see the opponent just going like, man, fuck you, man. Yeah, Luris was part of this draft format. As part of the Multiverse Legends sheet. And so you could companion it, but like for the most part, you would like kind of put it in the deck. Hey, what's up, Granny Yeti? Wait, Granny, are you done streaming? I could have sworn I was stream ending. Oh, there you are. No, Gran, don't raid. Do not raid me. Don't do it. Where are you? No, I'm raiding out. No. Stop. Hit stop. I'm raiding out. I'm over. I'm done. No. You can't fucking stop me. And shut it down. No, I gotta pee. Ah, balls. No. Christ. Hi, everybody. I have to make pee-pee. Then go on break. I was planning on just raiding out. Welcome aboard, everybody. I'm Dick Record, also known as Dick Record. Hey, what's up, Fruit Loops? How are you guys doing? Or how are y'all doing? I am, hey, Speculous. Welcome back, everybody. I am full of urine. But more importantly, I am full of... Where's my pen? I'm not full of pen. Thankfully. Can you imagine? Can you imagine being full of pen? That's illegal. And also a health hazard. But I am full of absolute... What's the term? Where you're upset with somebody because they didn't give our homie Granny Yeti a follow.
Hi, everybody.
I was about to raid out. How dare you? How dare you? How dare you, Granny Yeti? Thank you. Welcome aboard, everybody. So I'm licking my wounds. We did like 3 drafts. We did like 3 drafts in Magic the Gathering today, and I lost all of them very poorly. I went like the most I did was like 2 wins and 3 losses. It's everything to 3 losses. So I went 0-3, then 2-3, and then 1-3, and it's just like cool. Yeah, that's how I feel, Summer. That's how I feel. The format's ending, which is why I did so much of it today. But like, oh god, I just feel like I got my ass beat by this cat. Never playing again. Summer agrees. Summer's just like, yeah, you shouldn't. Just say you're undefeated forever. Say you're undefeated in Magic forever, Speculous. Oh, who's this baby? See this? You see this cat right here? Bad girl. Incredibly bad girl. Incredibly bad girl. Look at her. She is the baby, Summer. Who's your baby? She's purring up a storm right now. She's probably like, just like, why are you still on video games? Why? 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 You big girl? You big girl? She's a big girl. She's never done anything wrong. Don't tell her that. She'll believe you. She will believe you. She's a big girl. She's a troublemaker. Look at this troublemaker right here. And she's like, don't look at me. I don't want to hear it. She hasn't. I mean, I think she has. Look at this bad girl. Look at this bad girl. Everybody look at her. Look at the bad girl. She's like, no, no. All right, all right, all right. Oh, God, I'm sweating. I'm sweating so much. It's so warm here today. It's like warm and humid in New York City. You guys have a good weekend, though? Like, I gotta say, it'd be better if it wasn't so goddamn... You know what I got? Guys, you're allergic to cats? I got this thing. It's to spank... I'm kidding. It's not to spank Summer. It's one of those electric bug zappers. Yeah, Speculous knows. The day that I got it, and I don't know if this is like a real... can I? Fruit Loops, real talk. Fuck. Can you like put it in a jar and send it to me? I need that here now. Your family has 3. Listen, like, I didn't believe it. Bellic was telling me all about it. Bellic was just like, you should get it. You should get it. Trust me. It deals with all these things. And like, all you have to do is like swing near them and they're just dead. Right? But the day that I got this was also the day that, for whatever reason, I had like 5 mosquitoes show up in my house. Now, I'm not claiming that the company that makes these also infests your house with mosquitoes so that you feel like you made a good purchase. But I'm not saying it. I'm not saying that they put mosquitoes in my house knowing that I purchased this solely so that I feel like I've made a good purchase and leave them a good rating. But 5? 5? There were none the prior. It's just, I was cheated. And because of that, I see them. I see them like in the corner of my eyes, and like I don't know if I'm just seeing shit. Maybe I'm developing the paranoia, guys. I hope not. I hope not. I hope not. Summer's in my lap. I don't want to get up. She's just like, you can't go to the bathroom now. I'll tell you this, though. The first time I fucking used this thing and it caught something, it scared the shit out of me. It scared the shit out of me. Because, like, it makes this loud pop. Because it electrocutes them, right? So it makes this loud pop, and then all of a sudden, like, I'm looking at it, and it's just like, well, I knocked my phone on the floor. That's fine. You gonna go get it for me, Summer? She didn't. She walked right by it. And then you see, like, a dead mosquito someplace, and it's just like, cool. All right, she jumped out of my lap. You know what I'm gonna do? Right? Fruit Loops. Real talk. The first... Summer, don't play with that. Don't. This is not for you, okay? I don't want her to get zapped on it. I don't think she will, but I don't want her to get zapped on it. This is my guitar. She's like, the fuck it is. Okay, let me put this here. Okay. I was gonna raid out. You guys just got here. I was gonna raid out. My bladder's full of urine. Smells like, oh god. I mean, it might smell like burnt. It's a matter for a ball. She's trying to tell me. She's trying to figure out how to beat me with it. She doesn't have thumbs. But she would. She'd be like, this is what you get. I'm disciplining you. She thinks she's in charge, by the way. Like, I don't know if you guys know this. She thinks she is actually the human, the big human that's in charge. What? What's the matter? What's the matter? She's trying not to get picked up on the microphone as she yells at me. She's like, mouthing, get off. Get off. Just stop streaming. Stop streaming right now. I want you to stop. I'm not being mean. I'm putting her in her place. She's the Kate. You are the Kate. What's the matter for a ball? You know what it is? She probably wants me to feed her. How about this? I'll be right back. Then we'll raid out. I'll be right back. I'm going to feed her. I'm going to Gonna pee. I'm gonna feed her. Then I'm gonna pee. No, I'm gonna pee first. Then I'm gonna feed her. She's not in charge. Summer, you're not in charge. I'm telling you this right now. Come here. You. Listen to me, you. You're not. You're not in charge. Boop. You're not in charge. She's like, no. She's just like, I don't want this near my face. Alright, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go pee. I'm gonna go pee. And I'm gonna do like 700 shoutouts. I'm not I'm not bullying her. She bullies me if anything. She's like, you go to sleep. God, you guys should see it. Y'all probably, if you guys have a cat, you probably know about this. There are times where it's like after 12 and she's just like she's telling me, go to sleep, turn off the television, turn off the video games, go to bed. And it's just like, no, I have shit to do. No, you go to bed. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. I do like 700 shoutouts too when I get back. I gotta pee. I have to urinate. Cat knows. She tries to tell me. I'm gonna feed her. I'm gonna pee. I'm gonna pee first, then I'm gonna feed her. I'm not gonna feed her the pee, I promise. I'm back.